What's up, y'all? It's your man Alex, and I want to bring to you another video. And this time I want to do a video response. I seen a couple people make videos of their top 10 favorite horror killers. The first person I seen do it was Michael King. Check out the link, will be in the description. And I seen Paul Trey Passer. He did it as a response to him. Check out his link, it'll be in the description. But this is one that I had to jump on, and man, I was like, my brain was about to explode trying to come up with a list. When it comes to horror killers, there's a bunch of them that I like, and I wanted to add them in the list, but in the end, they just had to get cut off. Number 10, I gotta go with Fluffy, the Crate Monster, and Creepshow. Uh, this thing scared me, man. First time I seen it, I don't know. It's just a real vicious killer, and everybody that this thing killed in the movie looked like it hurt really bad, man. I mean, I just look. I mean, I'm pretty sure being killed anyway doesn't feel good, but I mean, being killed by this thing looks like it really didn't feel good. And the janitor guy in the movie, it's too bad, because he seemed like a really nice guy, but dude had like a brain fart looking in that crate. I mean, he's looking in there, he sees the thing's eyes, and he thinks it's a couple of emeralds, some emeralds. I don't know what in the world you was thinking.
There's something in there. It looks like the new Justin Bieber remixes. Ooh, ow, ow.
Number 9, I gotta go with the Xenomorph. Xenomorph, vicious killer. I just think Xenomorph is a cool looking monster. The way they kill you, I mean, everything about them is a weapon. I mean, you got acid for blood, you got the second mouth that comes out. And I think if you're killed by the acid blood, or if you happen to be killed by the mouth that comes out, I think you're lucky, because the other option of being, a way to be killed by them, I think is pretty gruesome. I mean, just think about it. A little creature comes out of an egg and plants itself on your face, and it's having sexual intercourse with your face. That's pretty gross. It plants something inside of you. You wake up, and this thing rips you open from the inside and busts out of your chest. That would be a horrible way to die. So the Xenomorph is number 9. Number 8, I gotta go with an icon, a zombie icon, probably the most famous zombie ever that I can think of. I gotta go with the Tar Man. He had this cool little walk that he did, like his back was about to break or something. I thought the Tar Man was disgusting. One of my favorite, killers in a horror movie. Even though he really didn't kill it, he killed one person in the movie. The Tar Man is pretty iconic, among zombie movies. So my number 8 is the Tar Man. Number 7, I gotta go with Candyman. Uh, Big fan of Candyman. Love the movie. Uh, I just Candyman. I thought Candyman was cool because he had the thing with the bees and the bees coming out of his mouth, and he had that, underneath his coat, he had the, his rib cage exposed and stuff like that. And Candyman has just got that incredible voice, man. And when he speaks, it's like he's spitting poetry. He had that hook. Now, number 6 is somebody that had a whole crew of people with him. He was the leader. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Blake from The Fog. Now, Blake, most of the movie you see like his crew doing stuff, killing people, but he has the kill at the end of the movie. But Blake was a leader of this like leper colony. He tried to make a deal with these people like this priest and a couple other people. He tried to buy some land so him and his leper leopard friends could live on this little island or whatever, and he got set up so that he was killed by these other people, and then 100 years later he came back in some fog. Him and his crew came back, as like a fog, and I just think Blake, that image of Blake standing there, you see him, he's like a silhouette, and he's got those red eyes, and that fog is there, surrounding him. I just really cool imagery. Give props to John Carpenter, man, because that's a cool character. Number five, I gotta go with the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. I just think dude is real original. He's like some kind of gargoyle creature person. He's got wings. He wears a trench coat and a hat to disguise himself to make him look human, but he's really not human. He carries an axe. He has different weapons like some ninja stars that he made out of bones. Like I say, he's got the axe and just a really cool horror killer. I mean, this guy is kind of like invincible. I mean, you really can't kill him. You can slow him down, but he just comes back. He, what he does is when he loses like a body part, say like if he loses an arm, he finds a victim and he eats that body part so that he can gain that back. Like if he needed a heart, he'll go eat somebody's heart and he'll have a heart again. If he needs eyes, he'll eat somebody's eyes and he'll have eyes. If he eats somebody's head, like he did in part two, he didn't his head got messed up, so he ate somebody's head and it gave him a head back. Whatever he needs, whatever body part he needs, he goes out and he eats it and then he gains that body part. Now, number four is a vicious killer, crazy monster, has no reasoning ability, no, it just does what it does, and that is the Blob. And the Blob is just vicious. All it does is it goes around and it consumes things. It just consumes whatever other living organisms it can find. That's all it does. And the more that it eats, the more that it consumes stuff, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can't kill it. The only thing you can do is freeze it. That slows it down. But if it thaws out, it'll come back. The Blob is a vicious, unstoppable, disgusting killer. Number three is a horror killer that I've always been a fan of, and he was created by Wes Craven, and that person is Horace Pinker from the movie Shocker. Horace Pinker is a TV repairman who is a serial killer, and he killed a bunch of people and nobody knew who he was. Didn't they had no clue what he looked like, didn't know who he was, and they found out and they caught him and they executed him. But after he was executed, it didn't kill him. He just came back as some kind of phantom or some kind of spirit, and he's able to use. He's got like electricity powers, and he can possess people. And the one thing that gives him away when he possesses people is that he was shot in his knee, so he's dragging his foot along all the time. And I think that's cool right there. How he has like everybody. I think every good killer or every good character should have some kind of trademark thing, and I think that was his, where he had that bum leg and he was always dragging his foot. And he has some pretty good one-liners too.
Come on, boy, let's go take a ride in my Volkswagen.
Number two, number two, I gotta go with Jason Voorhees. Now, Jason Voorhees, man, is one of them killers that, I mean, he's just like a machine that you just cannot stop. And when you see him, most likely that's gonna be the last thing you see. There's not too many people that have survived Jason Voorhees. And the thing about Jason, every kill that Jason does is different. I mean, he's like man. it's like his mentality is like, man, every time I kill somebody, I want it to be original and something that nobody has ever thought of. Like, bending a guy backwards in the bed, or sticking a girl's face through a Winnebago, or one of my favorites is when he stuck the horn in a girl's eye and it made that noise. Uh, Jason is just brutal, and I think it's amazing how people run away from him, and he just walks as slow as possible, but can still catch up with people. Now, number one, I shouldn't have to tell you because you already know what it is. It's Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger was the first horror icon that ever scared me with that original movie. Freddy Krueger is a super villain with superpowers. He can transform himself into different things. He lives in a nightmare world. So when you enter into his world, it's his world and he makes the rules. And, like I said, he can shapeshift. He knows your fears and he plays on your fears. And Freddy Krueger is just, crazy. In the first movie, he was all about being real scary. He was always in the shadows. And then as the movies went along, he was spitting one-liners all the time like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Freddy Krueger has always been my favorite out of all the horror icons. My favorite. Freddy Krueger is like the ultimate when it comes to killers. I mean, dude got his own theme song.
Okay, I need everybody to sing it with me. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again.
But that's my list right there. Thanks for watching. Uh, any of you guys seen this video? You guys should make a response to this. This would be real cool to see other people's lists, or in the comments area. You guys do top tens in the comment area. I mean, it'd be nice to see you guys' thoughts on this. So, as for me and myself, I'm out. See you next time. Can you say an 80s slasher?